Okay, continuing on, we have a previous author who had Red Pill Storytime 1. Now we have Red Pill Storytime 2. What is in the name? Title. The dust floated in the sunbeam which peeked through the edge of the closed blind. The day's light poked my closed eyes, and I awoke from my slumber on the worn futon. How long I had been sleeping? It had to be noon, maybe 2:30. It didn't matter. Time doesn't matter when you're unemployed. Playing video games all night had been a pastime of mine for 25 years or so. I was looking for a change. When a man is pushing 50 years old, it's time to get his act together, time to grow up, so to speak. A while back, I had a dinner meeting with a bald, rich guy that was into cars and a guy that was honestly a bit of an a-hole that got me thinking. They were both talking about red pills and making muscles and money and tribes or some other such stuff I forget. A lot of what they said went right over my head. They also talked about how you shouldn't chase the girlsa, as they pronounced it. Rather, you should chase excellence. No problem there. I never did chase many girls, and they were never interested in me anyway. Excellence could possibly be an achievable goal, but I needed to know exactly how to do it. After nagging the asshole at my previous meeting about how to exactly improve myself, he freaked out, threw off his Ford baseball cap at me, and yelled before storming out, I don't know your situation, just don't be so damned lazy. Do a freaking push-up, make a to-do list, and just do the stuff on the list. It ain't that complicated. Boy, God almighty, ain't it? You ain't joking there. He later returned for his hat. Apparently, it cost him $3 at Walmart, $2.17. Thank you very much. It was worth his time to come back for it. That left me with the bald guy to finish up our food, and his last advice for me was to start a tribe or join a tribe. Oh, and to never be the smartest guy in the room. I figured that wouldn't be too hard to do. It's not scrolling right here. So off the futon, I rolled directly onto the floor. It was push-up time. One push-up, then onto excellence. I laid on my belly, and if I straightened my back, my shoulders would lift off the ground quite a bit as I rested solely on my gut. Turns out nature was giving me a head start. I placed the palms of my hand out by my sides and pushed a bit. Nothing happened, so I pushed some more. My arms almost hurt at that point, but I went harder. I felt my belly lift off the ground, but my arms were still bent. I thought, more to go? Who does this? Every day? That would be like work. And no one is going to make me work. No one. At that point, I felt a rage like I'd never felt before. I was angry that I actually have to do something with my life. I screamed, no! And it was if I got superpowers out of nowhere. I completed my push-up. Collapsing on the ground and breathing heavily, my first sweaty task of the day had been completed. The next thing was to make a to-do list. Oh, God, no. Fumbling about for some empty potato chip bags and old Mountain Dew bottles by my gaming computer, I found a pen. I had no paper, so I made my list on the torn off flap of a mini hotbox pocket. 1, do push-up, check. 2, make to-do list. Sure, check. 3, join a tribe or something. Rich Cooper's going to love this. It was just a short list of things to accomplish, but one could argue it was already 2/3 done. I Googled up tribes in the Minneapolis area and found out it was mostly Chippewa and Dakota for the local tribes. Don't forget Ojibwe. I couldn't remember if there was any native ancestry on my mom or dad's side of the family, so I guess I couldn't join those guys. Maybe that's why the bald guy said you could make up your own. The next thing I Googled was Indian Association. I guess that would be a tribe of some sort, maybe not requiring proof of ancestry or whatever they do. Jackpot. I found the University of Minnesota Indian Student Association. They had to be smart. I mean, it's a university, and I was sure they could point me in the right direction at least. I quickly put together an email for them. Dear sir, I'm starting a tribe of like-minded individuals dedicated to changing themselves and putting a dent in the universe. Nothing too radical because that would take too much work. So really, just a few changes for the better should do it. If you want to join, my email is purplerain90210hotmail.com. Good reference. Good reference. Thank you. After hitting the send button, I remember I didn't put my name on it. Oh well. After a couple of days, I had a reply in my inbox from members of the association. A group of 3 people were interested in starting something with me. Their names were Rupinder Singh, Babil Singh, and Thomas Johnson. I was so excited, I decided to do another push-up. That meant I had accomplished 2 push-ups in 3 days, a personal new best. Chase that excellence. Through emails, we decided our first meeting would be dinner meeting at the Burger King on Southeast Washington Avenue, right by the university. I don't know if that's there anymore. That was in the city, so I asked my mom if I could borrow her car. I'd be rolling in and making a great impression with the tribe with my mom's 1998 Toyota Corolla. Rolling in the Rolla, as my friends used to say back when the car was new and I had friends. I was lucky enough to find a parking spot, and when I entered the restaurant, I was looking for some Indians wearing, well, I didn't know what they wore. Cleveland Indian t-shirts, the feathers are just for powwows. I knew that much. Plaid jackets, camo. They must have noticed me because there are a couple smiling guys with turbans waving madly at me. They were sitting at the table with a black guy with a Detroit Tigers hat, hoop earrings, and what sort of looked like lipstick or maybe lip gloss. It was hard to tell from a distance. I guess these guys are my new tribe. I approach him. Hiya, fellas. I gave a little wave too. I guess we're going to do some changing around here, right? Let's stop with a Whopper and fries. They were already eating, so when I came back, the irony that Indians would be eating at a Burger King. When I got back with my food, we got down to business. Okay, guys, now I got some food. Who are you guys? You don't look like Indians, but I guess we can make our own little tribe or club or whatever. The black guy spoke first in somewhat high voice. Hello, I'm Thomas. I'm Thomas Johnson. I'm from Detroit. I'm a non-declared ally of the Indian Student Association. I'm non-binary and non-anti-cis pangendered questioning. And when it comes to starting a revolution, honey, I'm down. When he said down, he snapped his fingers in an artistic way that was quite impressive. First things first, pronouns. What are your pronouns? Thomas asked. I wasn't sure what a pronoun was. I thought back to my God, the longest time I didn't know what pronouns were. I won't lie to you about this. It wasn't until I was done, I wrote like the first 5 of my books that I even knew what adverbs or pronouns were. Still don't know what a colon or semicolon does. Still don't, never will. I thought back to my school days. Did that describe a noun or a verb? No, that was an adverb. Man, I thought, these university guys are smart. I had to admit, sorry, man, it's been a long time since grade school. I forgot what a pronoun is. I don't think I have any. Thomas spoke. Oh, isn't that great? A gender so unique it doesn't even need pronouns. I've just got to text my professor of intersectionality. He whipped out his phone and shot off a text, faster than any video game move I've ever done. This dude could kick ass in Battlefield or Halo if he wanted to, no doubt. He continued with me. My pronouns are he and him, but I spelled them with an X out of respect for brother Malcolm. He held up a fist in salute. The other guys did too. It clicked within my brain. X, as in Rufus Xavier? Sarsaparilla? I don't even get that. You're probably more red than I am. Schoolhouse Rock was paying off again. I remembered the song. A pronoun was made to take the place of a noun because saying all those nouns over and over again could really wear you down. Oh, pronouns. Yeah, I guess to make it easy, I'll use he and him too, but no X. My middle name's not Xavier. I don't have a brother Malcolm. I thought for a second he was starting some kind of tradition with our tribe, announcing of the pronouns, followed by a power salute. Pretty cool. I looked at the other guys wearing turbans. One spoke. Hello, I'm Rupinder, and this is Babel, he said, motioning to the guy beside him. We are also of the he and him. Babel is becoming more American, but not in an oppressive way. He would like you to call him Bob. Bob spoke. Yes, sir, Rupinder is correct. They started jiggling their heads from side to side a little, still with great big smiles. Thomas took charge. Good. Now that we have pronouns out of the way, it's time for racial education and intersectional violence training. I was now a little more confused than before. Huh? Oh, honey, listen up. For at least 3/4 of a Whopper and a half container of fries, Thomas went over the ground rules of gender bias, the triangle of color violence, some kind of genitalia variant reform, and how this color has more voice than that one. It was really confusing, so I'm glad only the university types learned that stuff. I just want to chase excellence, and I'm still not sure exactly what that means either. May I talk now, Sir? Rupinder asked when Thomas was finished. Certainly, ally brother, Thomas said with a smaller power fist this time. Sirs, Bob and I have discussed an issue which needs a small yet vocal tribe to put a dent in our universe. We must have dedication. If we fail, our fathers will kick us in the ass. We could register our club at the university, too, for more members. I piped in. You have my support, brothers. Go on, Rupinder. I tried to do that power fist thing, but it looked wimpy and awkward. In the Sikh religion, we have what they call the 5 Ks. Being minimalist, Bob and I think we only need 3. I should actually look into that religion. I wonder if it's affected by Buddha or Hindu. I'm sure it is. This surely would dent the world. The 5 Ks are in our language, but in your language, to be a good Sikh, you must have the turban, long hair, a ceremonial knife, a bracelet, and special underwear. But the fighter pilots of the Indian Air Force can cut their hair and wear a helmet instead of a turban. They get no guilt or shame. If students do that, we get the guilt. It is not fair, sir. Do you have an Indian bar? How do you know that? I mean, is this real? I know I have to plead complete ignorance to this. And the firepots did not get the kick in the ass from their fathers or nagging from their mothers, Bob added. Bob and I have decided we should vote on the name of our club to make things of the democracy. We want to get it the KKK, get it the 3Ks instead of 5Ks. Nice name, is it not, sirs? Oh, no. It's like Krusty the classic Krusty the Clown comedy special or whatever. Or is that not funny? That's bad. No, that's bad. We can't have that. I looked at all three of the guys. I said, what was I getting myself into? The KKK? I didn't want to be mean, but 3K would sound a little less nasty. I had something to the tribe. I had to say something to the tribe. Guys, I think the KKK is already taken, and it's not very original. Just when Rupiter started typing wildly on the laptop, Thomas spoke. As an ally, I'm not black-splaining here, but the brown-colored people of the Asian pigment, God almighty, base have been kicked in the ass by their dads for too long. Who are you to deny my people, my beautiful brown brothers and sisters, the name that they have chosen themselves? Not by their English overlords. The nagging must stop. The guilt must stop. If Bob wants to wear a Speedo and a cowboy hat, or Rupert wants to carry a Glock instead of some wimpy knife, I understand that, they should be able to without fear. As human beings, we have rights. Power fist salute. Thomas ranted. On the names of my slave ancestors who came to this nation, well, actually, they flew from Nigeria in the 50s, but that's beside the point. Freedom. Power fist salute. I had no idea what to think now. These university types could really twist an argument. This naming decision was almost as hard as when I had decided between the Alliance and the Horde when I first started playing World of Warcraft. In the end, I just want to say, what the heck, and flip the coin. I figured I'd do the same here. Just then, Rupiter's face lit up. Sirs, KKK is indeed available right here. We could get KKK club for our website. .org and .com was taken. I wonder if it actually is. I wouldn't doubt it if it is. I mean, who hosts them, though? I immediately thought, who in the right mind would register their website as kkk.org? Well, I looked into it, and we were going to get a .club, so who was I to judge? Thomas called the meeting back to the order. All in favor of naming us the KKK. 3 power fist salutes shot in the air. I dug out a quarter from my pocket, blew off the lint, and flipped it. Oh, crap. My power fist salute slowly raised. It's unanimous, my brothers. We have consensus, Thomas explained. Now let's get our sprites on. I offered the tribe rides home when the meeting was done, and they took me on the offer. Thomas called shotgun. Rupiter and Bob were the skinniest, so they fit quite comfortably in the back. We were all very excited and talking a lot. I could see Rupiter and Bob's head jiggling side to side in the rearview mirror. It looked kind of cool, actually, like a Bollywood version of Night at the Rocks. What, is that from a movie? I don't get that one. I must have been distracted looking at them, blew right through a red light. Crap, unfortunately, there was a cop right at the intersection. Of course, his lights came on and I pulled over. As an old, portly, pale male officer approached our vehicle, Rupiter and Bob were shaking and repeating themselves, "Police, my dad's going to kick me in the ass." Thomas viewed the officer, said to me, "White cop, you do the talking, man. You're the whitest here. Trust me on this. I got to shut right the hell up. And you guys in the back, keep quiet, okay?" Rupiter and Bob stopped speaking. I rolled down the window just as the officer approached. He had a notebook in his hand. So, dude, you can't make them these long. I'm going to have to charge like $100 next time. "Good evening, may I please ask your pronouns?" That was a strange request from a cop, but Thomas had prepared me well before. "He and him, no X," I replied. The policeman ticked off a box of what appeared to be a checklist. "I observed you going through the intersection, which was signaling a red light. That means stop. Do you understand?" "Yes, officer. I understand the intersectionality of the situation. You see, the red light signifies genocide." I was impressed I remembered that triangle of violence or whatever from before, and I told the officer everything I could think of. When I was done, he was looking tired and ticked off another box. "I'm required to identify myself as Officer Dillon." He checked another box. I asked, "Hey, my dad is a huge Viking fan. Are you related to number 86, Brandon Dillon, the tight end?" When I said tight end, Thomas's ears perked up a bit. "Ha, I wish," said the cop. "Then I could get free tickets, man. That guy's awesome. Brandon Dillon has a great future with the team if they just let him play more." Thomas nudged me with an elbow and started mumbling to us quietly, "Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon." The rest of us chimed in and increased our volume until a slight smile came over the officer's face, and he joined us in our chant, "Let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon." He checked off another box on his checklist and told us, "Now get out of here. We'll call this a warning. Drive safe and watch those lights. All right." In the rearview mirror, I could see the cop still humming and doing some kind of offbeat Boomer Boogie in the way back to his cruiser. I dropped off the members of the KKK and the respective residences, slammed my cassette of AC/DC's Razor Edge in the player, and triumphantly cranked up my stereo for my ride home. What a great bunch of guys, and what a story to tell people how we started our tribe. Things were looking good. I even finished up my first to-do list. Just goes to show you never know how life can change if you just start one day with one push-up. And that, thankfully, is the end. All right. No super chats. And to quote Talos, we're out of here.